Hello everyone, my name is MrJepthah, and just a second. Hello?
Hey, you should do Toy Story 2 for the Game Boy Color.
Who are you and how did you get this number?
Toy Story is a franchise that I've loved since that forgettable day in 1997. Having grown up with the movies, shows, and of course the merchandise ever since, it should come as no shock that this franchise is near and dear to my cardiology. And of course, one of the biggest pieces of merch that my brother and I got hooked on back in the day was the Toy Story 2 action game for the PC, or as it's known by its twin cousin, Toy Story 2 Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue.
It's essentially the same game, just on different hardware.
No, it's not.
What?
Yeah, they're different. The PC version is way better.
No, it's not.
Okay, but the PC version has better music, better graphics, better sound. Everything's just better.
Actually, no, it's not.
Okay, so
because
how is
you
this
have
one
to-
better at all?
Because you have to use a keyboard with
Yes, but it's okay. It works just fine.
Keyboard with a 3D
you know-
platformer sucks.
Okay.
Hey,
You know what
fight about it in your own videos. Which you can watch right here. That version of the game has already been talked about by people that are much better than me. So what version of Toy Story 2 is infinitely better than the 3D platform version? Not this one!
Toy Story 2 for the Game Boy Color. Somebody shoot me. Wait, not literally. I think it was written in law that every great movie that came out of the 90s needed a video game adaptation for the handheld Game Boys. Like, and Toy Story 2 is one of, if not the greatest animated film ever, at least in my 100% correct objective opinion. So here we are. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this to you. You know, this is definitely the most Toy Story 2 for the Game Boy Color I've ever seen in my life. What am I looking at here? Buzz? Buzz? You okay? You're looking very much like the Elephant Man today.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Scene 1. Woody has fallen out of the window. Oh, right. Just like he did in the movie. Okay, so the level opens and... Why is he walking like that? I haven't even really gotten into the gameplay yet, and already I can't get enough of Buzz's gangster walk.
My style is rich, dope, fat, and rich. We'll make a cake today that looks rich.
Okay, so Buzz fires his laser from his arm, and he jumps. Pretty standard stuff for a game with a 2-button layout. I originally just thought it was background at first, but Buzz evidently climbs up onto the bed, and then he can climb onto the bedpost and take a dive like he did in the first movie. So obviously this is what I'm supposed to do if there's a whole nother animation for this part. Well, that was nothing. Buzz rides a toy car on a Hot Wheels track just like in the movie. Well, that was the most fun I've had in this entire game. Oh look, it's Ham! Die! These controls are so funny. What'd you do that for? What did I ever do to you? So you'll notice Buzz's life total is signified by the battery in the top corner. And every time he picks up one of those... rupees? Cheetos? It replenishes his life. There are also these coins to pick up throughout the level, and apparently they're insignificant in the easy mode, which I'm only playing because it's the default and I didn't realize there were difficulty levels. In order to complete the harder mode levels, you have to collect all 30 coins. But this is Toy Story 2 for the Game Boy Color, and I don't care enough, so we're just gonna stick with the easier mode. Further down the level, Rex attacks you for some reason. Man, first Ham and now Rex? What's going on? I thought they were supposed to be like our friends or something. I don't know, I didn't read the lore. Okay, whose bright idea was it to make the sprint button and the jump button be the same button? Have they never played a Mario? And now I made it to the end of the level. Why is nothing happening? It turns out in order to finish the level, you need to get onto the window that Woody fell out of for somehow. But Buzz can't reach the desk. Again, somehow. Just pull up a chair or a box or something, Buzz. Idiot. In order to finish this level, you need to get onto this top shelf and jump over to the desk. Makes sense, right? No. That's not how. You've got to go back to the beginning of the level where the car is. Ride it and spam the B button so that when he launches off the track, he flies up to the spinning airplane from the first movie and launch yourself all the way to the windowsill. I definitely got this in the first try. And so did little 5-year-old Johnny back when this game first came out. Collect all the coins for a Buzz Lightyear coupon. Why do I want a Buzz Lightyear coupon? The password for the second level is PBPP. PB. Scene 2. Can Bo Peep help? Probably. Oh, by the way, who vomited on my Game Boy screen? The second level is just as straightforward. Buzz runs, finds Bo Peep, Rex tries to eat your face off, collect coins, Buzz coupons. Is he pooping the coins? I'm genuinely concerned about this. Now to Owl's Toy Barn. This is not Owl's Toy Barn. Our objective here is to find Ham and find the key.
Listen, I pride myself on being a good gamer when I'm playing good video games. But this is Toy Story 2 on the Game Boy Color, so I don't have that problem here.
I'm not ashamed to admit that I did look up a walkthrough for this game. A true, honest-to-goodness, plain text walkthrough, because I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to do. I can tell that this fire hydrant is important, but I can't figure out how to get up there. Then I run over here and there's a golden brick sticking out of the building, so I know that's probably important, but there's nothing for me to jump to because you just go right through those gray blocks. So at first I automatically think, well, maybe that's not important. Then I continue all the way to the end of the level, find a chicken statue, but nothing happens. No ham, no nothing. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So yeah, I needed a walkthrough for this part of the game, I'm not ashamed to say. Here's what you're supposed to do. Climb up the gold brick, jump over to the windowsill, not the gray blocks, and grab the wrench that's over here for some reason. First off, how was I supposed to know that the sill was a platform that I could get onto? Also, Buzz's jump is ridiculous and stupid, and I can't control it, mostly because the developers were so smart in thinking that they should put the jump and sprint control on the same button. Now that you have the wrench, come over here, and because this is somehow a game for babies, Buzz automatically just does this, whatever this is, and then you come over here to the fire hydrant where Ham is sitting atop of. But it wouldn't let me get up there earlier, so how would I know that it would let me up now?
Oh!
You knock Ham off the hydrant for what he did to you earlier, and he shatters into pieces, presumably. You ride the hose like the Hot Wheels track earlier.
Okay.
You catch a feather as you fall with style, sacrificing it to the chicken god in front of the store where it bequeaths you a key. I hope you wrote all that down because there will be a test on this later.
Okay, I understand why these old Game Boy games had to be a little more challenging for kids back in the day. You run around and explore these kinds of puzzles while you're on a long car trip. I get it. But I think the main issue with this game is that the controls are kind of like the boogers that come out of my children's noses. They're gross.
Buzz's jump? Floaty, awkward, works when it wants to. The sprint button is the same as the jump button, so if you try to run and jump, it doesn't work, and even apart from that, it works when it wants to. And even the movement with the D-pad also works when it wants to. Scene 4. Inside the store, Buzz and the toys split up. What other toys? Avoid Zurg's minions as you pursue Al. Huh. Well, that can't take too long.
1 hour later.
Okay, so now it's just a maze to climb up the shelves. The game says I'm pursuing Al. So where is Al? Is he climbing up the shelves too?
2 hours later.
This game is atrocious. I swear, I looked in the thesaurus to see if I could find a better word for it than that, but I don't use bad language on my channel, so I couldn't use the more accurate words. I understand there were limitations with the hardware, and it was a movie tie-in game for the hardware at that. But even with that stuff noted, the controls are bad. There is no reason to have the sprint and jump control share a button. The original Mario game already established why you separate these two. The platforming itself is unsatisfying to get around, partly to do with how slow Buzz is while jumping. It's like he's in zero gravity or something, which, if intentional, was a stupid decision. Just don't play this. play one of the other versions instead. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go break up a fight. Hey, you guys!
No, you don't have a joystick.
So what? Like the graphics are so ugly.
The
in this,
graphics
rendering
are
is way
superior
lower
than the PC version.
No, that's just not true.
Yeah,
The PC looks way
The N64
better.
was the future of graphics. All right, hopefully
The
that
N64 was the future.
hopefully that worked for
Really
you.
hit us with the N64 was